WHIZKID has become the first victor of Dishrag's Deathless, a level he finds more difficult than his former hardest completion, Convolution. While the level normally has a checkpoint at the 30% mark, beating it Deathless requires a lot more skill and a lot more nerve control. WHIZKID struggled with this ball click at 55, which is especially iffy as you need to roll back far left enough to activate this heart trigger without the auto scroll outpacing you, and then build up enough momentum to pass through this gap. However, some parts were made easier for him through the use of small skips throughout the level, such as going straight to the right instead of going backwards at 70%, and finding several audio or visual cues for the ball at 85%. He only ended up dying to the final UFO once, one of the hardest parts of the level due to these extremely precise gaps and ninja star hitboxes. Mean Level, an early 2024 level by Maddie, formerly claimed to be impossible, was verified by Abby135 this week. It mainly features these buffed mini-spike corner jumps, which can be frame perfect based on your alignment. A few clicks at the start are especially tricky, including this one where the long distance and mini spike above your landing zone forces an awkwardly low jump height. Right after, you hop through a tight spike gap and land between two buffed mini spikes. If that wasn't enough, the entire level is on a very strict time limit, forcing you to play both extremely quickly and precisely. The level is projected to be near null in difficulty, so try to become a victor today. Check out Faulty Wiring by GD Maslo. It's a puzzle level where these wires connect various doors and switches together. However, once you press a switch, it only opens the door it's wired to for a limited time. The next few rooms introduce switches with different time limits, doors with multiple wires leading into them, and electric barriers which can be turned on and off after flipping a lever. After getting more comfortable with these puzzles, the level then adds buttons, which upon pressing them, will temporarily project out these holographic platforms. The level then ends with the boss fight, where you take cover from its lasers, press switches to turn them off in time, and then climb up an auto-scroller section while the boss keeps flipping a giant lever, which toggles these lasers on and off. Also check out Less Than by GravSpace, an 8-moon level where every room number correlates to the challenges themselves, such as this room where you can only fall less than 4 blocks without dying, and this room where you have to get through it in less than 6 jumps. People are once again proving that Geometry Dash is a game engine, with levels such as Battle of Cubenburg by Blackdashh, a Plants vs. Zombies inspired level but with medieval wizards, Arachne by Skrily 7, a bullet hell that's reminiscent of the Toho series, Cartash by 16 Lord, where instead of Pokemon trading cards, you open and sell Geometry Dash packs, and Eat Cube by Not So Cubic, a level featuring shadow clones chasing you. Be sure to check out Lacertus, a Hollow Knight and Elden Ring inspired mythic extreme demon by Waterpump. You start out in a simple dungeon which introduces the core mechanics through a few enemies you battle, some spikes you dash through, and a couple corridors you wall jump up. The first boss is fairly simple as it only has a couple of rotating lasers and a ground pound. This allows the player to further acclimate with not only swinging their weapon while moving around, but also exploiting the mid-air dash's invincibility window. After each boss, you're rewarded with a selection of upgrades and the opportunity to swap weapons, which will definitely come in handy as each weapon has its own range, damage, and special skills such as the katana letting you parry virtually every attack. After exiting the first dungeon, Waterpump traveled through the blazing sewers, where you have to tread carefully and watch out for the rushing lava falls. This zone also has smaller platforms, forcing you to rely more on your wall jumps and mid-air dashes. For Waterpump, this trend continued with the boss, the Slug Spirit, as it twists, turns, and takes up so much space with its snake-like body, you'll have to constantly swerve around it. After another parkour section, reminiscent of the Path of Pain from Hollow Knight, Waterpump entered the Catacombs. This layer instead tests your combat abilities, as it's scattered with more enemies, and ironically enough for Waterpump, ended with the Sleeping Spirit, who's an expert sword fighter. To assist you on this quest, you can explore and find health potions littered across the map. However, after 10 minutes, a white mist starts enveloping the level, forcing you up the tower where you face off against the final boss. After surviving the Spirit Eater's dark magic and a meteor shower, Lacertus is reborn. In one last stand, they'll try finishing you off with a barrage of sword slashes, aerial assaults, and enormous shockwaves. This level also has a ton of replayability, as aside from the weapon pickups and upgrade system, each zone, or left, right, and center of the main island, randomly generates one of 2 dungeons. Some notable completions of this month so far include Artemka becoming the second victor of Fake Sunrise, bringing him back up to #1 on platformer rank. That was before Tanuklin beat Waking Up Again, moving him back above Tanuklin due to the 15th hardest tiebreaker of Tanuklin's Dishrag's completion. Lutz and Ezekiel completed the hardest jetpack level, I Loved You. Appearing for the first time within the top 10, Ungatho completes his new hardest of the Abyss Deathless, which catapulted him from 18th to 9th on platformer rank. After half a year of a grind, Floppa completes the rated top 1 Diamonds for Dashers as a new hardest. Real1243 beats the former top 1 Convolution on mobile, making this the new hardest achievement ever done on mobile devices. Maclrois claims first victor of Let Down by Perfori, a jetpack-based auto-scroller which prominently features several orb chains that you need to avoid clicking. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and shoutouts to our channel members.